Guys, welcome to my channel. I want to be talking about hijabi basics. And if you're watching this video, you've decided to put on the hijab and now you're lost. What do? How do you start with your wardrobe? Where do you start? What article of clothing do you need now? Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. I want to talk about the Hijabi Basics 101 guide. I don't know what title I'm going to be putting on this video. Is it Hijabi Basics or Beginner's Guide for Being a Hijabi? I don't know what, but we shall figure it out together. Starting on this journey is a beautiful journey, but I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of trial and error. I started wearing the hijab when I was 15, and let's just say when I decided to put on the hijab, it was like me ripping off the band-aid. And the day I started wearing the hijab, it was on my 15th birthday, and I had just constantly been thinking about, do I do it? When do I do it? How do I do it? Is it, all the questions that goes on to anyone's head when they're deciding to put on the hijab, like, will I miss my hair? How will I dress up more? How am I going to find my sense of style? Am I going to lose myself completely just because I've put on this piece of clothing? Like, no, you don't have to. Don't worry, you don't have to. I got you. What do you need once you've started wearing the hijab? What are the basic essentials any hijabi needs according to me? Because these are something I could not live without. Undercaps. You need multiple of them. It's like having an undercap is like having a socks. Once you put it into a washer, they disappear. And you genuinely need them all the time. Like, I can never wear a hijab without the undercap. I know there's some people who can, like, kudos to you, but I need my hijab to stick in one place. The only way they don't move is if I have an undercap and I have a hijab on top and I put on pins through the undercap. They stick, they stay, they don't move. But otherwise, I could not survive without a undercap. Like, I would lose it. I would genuinely lose it. So if you're buying undercaps, buy like the most basic off-white colors, buy black, buy white, buy whatever, and make sure they're like the cotton material, because your hair needs to breathe, your head needs to breathe, okay? And B, if it's silk or any other material, it's not gonna stay. Putting on the undercap is all about making sure your hijab doesn't move. It sticks to a place, it stays. So putting on like a silk undercap would basically defeat its purpose. So don't do that. Been there, done that. Would not recommend. Undercaps are essential. I know there's some undercaps that also cover the neck and they go all the way from the head to the neck. I've tried them. I cannot get around it because honestly, it's, again, so hot here. I need to breathe. It just feels like it's choking me where my neck meets the hijab cap. It feels like it's like choking me. So I could never ever like wear them. I tried them once or twice, but each time I feel like I'm gonna pass out, so I can't do them. But if you can, go ahead, try it out. And there's some hijab undercaps that when you put them on, you have to tie them behind your neck. And those are good, those aren't bad, but the only thing is, because you have to tie it behind your neck, it kind of like gives me a neck pain or like a head pain. I like it at all. I don't like the knot that I can feel at the back of my neck at all times. It's just like this tight knot. Like, it hurts, honestly. Like, it hurts me. I know you don't have to tie it hard, but like, I don't want to lose my hijab or my undercap. So if it's something that you want to try out, you can go ahead. I know my mom likes it. My mom wears them from time to time. I don't, so I'm pretty sure it's about like personal preference at this point, like whether you like it or not, to each their own. But yeah, those are some undercap versions that I can think of on top of my head right now. So my favorite ones are the ones that are open. I'm pretty sure I'll try to find like a picture of it here. If not, this is like an undercap in case you've never seen one before. These are like, you would wear them like a headband, put your head through it, open up from the top, and all the hair that you have, you just make sure you put it in and you make sure you just pin it up from the top. I would pin it up only because sometimes I feel my hair pokes out from the front, from the top, and I don't like that. So I just make sure to pin it up, and my face is like usually here. So try to come up with the best visuals I can, guys. I don't have a mannequin around me, and I'm not gonna put myself out there without the hijab. But yeah, so I hope I'm able to explain this well. But yeah, this is kind of like how it would be. This would be the back of it, which also doesn't matter because you're putting on the hijab on top of it. But this is kind of what this undercap looks like, and this is like my favorite ones. These are my go-tos. This is like the off-white color. I have a bunch in like black and other colors as well. I would definitely recommend to get more black and to get more off-white, because in some people cases when they put on the hijab, they like to show the front of their undercap, and because of that, essentially they have to make sure the color is matching. I don't like showing my undercap, so for me it doesn't matter if it's black, blue or green. But sometimes when the material of the hijab is light, you can see the color of the undercap. So in that case, if you're putting on like a light brown color hijab and it's kind of like see-through, you don't want to put on like a dark blue or dark black undercap underneath the light material hijab colors. I would highly recommend to experiment with hijab materials, because this is a trial and error process. This is all about personal preferences, because I've tried a bunch of hijab materials and there's some that I've hit, there's some that I've missed, and I can show you a couple that I have here with me as well. This one is like my go-to hijab material. I don't know what you would call this material, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say chiffon. I have no idea what this material is. I'm sorry, you guys. But I love this material a lot because it stays comfortably. It's not too flowy or doesn't slide off my head easily. So I have this material in like a bunch of colors, and it's one of my go-tos, my faves. Ones that I've tried, but I just cannot do it. Like, I genuinely cannot do it. It's the jersey hijab. If you know, you know. I look like an egg. That's the best way to put it. I look like an egg. This material is so annoying. Honestly, it's so annoying. Because like, if you look at my outfit right now, this hijab matches my color, my outfit color so well. But I refuse to put it on. I refuse to put this material on my head ever again. The only time I would put on this jersey hijab is like if I'm going to a water park with my family and friends, and I want to make sure my hijab stays and it doesn't move at all. This would definitely be one of the materials I would be reaching for, because it stays. It for sure stays, but once it stays, it's the fact that you can't make it look pretty, at least for me. There's some people who have with the beautiful face shape that can pull this off. I can't. I'm not one of them. I cannot do jersey material for the life of me. It's just not it. This is another one of the materials I have. Again, I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry, guys. But I like it. I do. But there's some hijab materials you have to be mindful of, that once you put on the hijab pin on, they start ripping, or this is an example of it. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is what happens to some hijab materials, which is awful, and it irritates the heck out of me, because this is, again, you're making this for the purpose of hijab and you can't even put a pin through this. What's the point, So you have to be super mindful of the kind of material you're going for. You have to be mindful of the fact that you're going to be stabbing pins on it, and you don't want to go for materials like this, because again, it's awful, it's irritating, it just irritates me. Like, I don't like it. There's some materials when you put a pin on, they leave holes on it. Again, do not recommend. So be mindful of when you're trying to shop for hijabs, that there's some that do work with pins and there's some that don't. And this is my favorite one so far right now. It's like my current obsession. As you can see, I have one in this color and this color and a few other colors. I have multiple colors of this material. It's like this shiny material. It is so pretty. I'm like obsessed with these hijabs, like to no end. I love them. It's super lightweight. It doesn't feel like I'm sweating through this. It's breathable, it's comfortable, and it looks beautiful, honestly. Is this something I would recommend to beginners? Well, it depends. if you're able to think like you can manage this, if you're gonna be able to handle this material, go ahead. But as a beginner, I would definitely recommend to start off with the one that I showed in black, that material or cotton material, because those are gonna be able to like, you're gonna be able to handle them more. They're not gonna be slipping off your head. You're gonna be able to pin them up and you're gonna be fine. But like material like this, it takes a sort of type of like adjustment, because I have a few pins here. I have a pin in the back to like not let this thing move either. So it's a bit of like trial and error when it comes to materials like that silk ones. It takes time to get adjusted to. They do slide a lot, so that's something you have to be mindful of. There are people who can, deal with it, and there's some people who can't. To each their own. I love this. I love the look of it. I love the color of it. So I genuinely like don't mind doing adjustment like 100 times a day, because as long as it looks pretty, I'm happy. But yeah, so again, it depends. Some people want a practical hijab, some people want the hijabs that look pretty, some people want comfortable hijabs, some people want lightweight hijabs. Like I said, material of the hijab is something you need to experiment with. You need to try and figure out what works for you personally. And don't be hesitant to experiment at all. Try to experiment. If you're buying a different material hijab, buy one. Just buy one. I've made this mistake when I remember buying the jersey hijab and I saw them. I got too excited and I was like, oh, everyone's wearing them, let me try, and I got like 2 or 3. Yeah, they're just sitting in my cupboard collecting dust, honestly, at this point, which is so sad. Next, basic essentials you need. Undershirts, different colors of undershirts. There's some outfits that are transparent undershirt of all different colors. Usually my go-to is black, white, and off-white, or even brown. In some cases even purple. But yeah, it all depends on what kind of outfit, what kind of colors you go for, and according to them you can just buy undershirts that go with outfits. If you wear light colors, maybe you would want more light color undershirts, and if you wear dark colors, you might want more black and dark purple undershirts. But yeah, make sure you have those because they're so important. Next basic essential will be the underskirts that you put on under abayas and skirts, because again, if you're wearing abayas or you're wearing skirts, you need an underskirt to be able to make the outfit flowy. So, in cases like if you're wearing an abaya, you don't want the outfit to be touching your legs or showing off your body. You don't want your body shape to be seen. So because of that, you just put on like an underskirt and you're able to hide your body shape, and you're able to get a bit of like a flow to your dresses and your skirt, because there's like an underlay. I like the flowiness that an underskirt gives to my dresses and my abayas. So there's some people who prefer leggings, which you do you if that's what you prefer, but I would prefer like an underskirt, and I do think it's like one of the most essential thing that I need to have. Like I have 2, but I like need 5 more, and I don't think I would ever regret investing in those. So make sure you have those underskirts as well. Next, we're gonna talk about how do you make the hijab stay. We have a couple of options. There are hijab pins, there are magnets, and then there's double-sided tapes. I do hijab pins. I've always done hijab pins. It's just my go-to, and I've been doing hijab for like 9, almost 10 years now. It's something I just got used to. Do I still stab myself from time to time? Yes, I do. I do stab myself from time to time with them. But you know what? Beauty is pain. I just think like I've gotten so used to the hijab pins that essentially like it's just something I go to. Like it's just my go-to at this point. It's easy. It's something I'm used to. But obviously, if you're starting off with hijab, it does take time to get used to. It does take a lot of stabbing yourself before you get used to how to handle a hijab pin. But once you do, it's easy breezy. Like I know all my friends use it. I know all the girlies use the hijab pin still. So if you can find one, just make sure you have a couple stock of them, because honestly, like bobby pins, they do run out. You do lose them. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So make sure to keep them out of reach from animals and kids as well. Magnets, I've not tried them. I know my friends have. The thing with magnets is even when you do put on a magnet and you clip it, it still moves. The hijab still moves. So I'm kind of like, it defeats the point, Like once I put on the hijab and I put on the pins, I expect it to stay like that for the next few hours. Like I don't want to have to keep shifting the hijab, With the magnets, they don't stay in one place. Even when you do put on magnets, you have to make sure to put on extra hijab pins so it stays, which again in my opinion defeats the point, because like if I'm trying to substitute to magnets, I want it to do its job. I don't need to have hijab pins as a backup, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like them. I've not bought them and I'm not gonna recommend them to you guys. Lastly, there are, I don't know if you guys seen this, but there's these double-sided tapes that come. It's like the hijab tapes that you put on your hijab caps and you put on the hijab on top and it just stays. It just stays. And honestly, that's amazing. That is so smart. Whoever came up with that creation, good for you. Honestly, good for you. Yeah. I like them as well. I've not bought them myself. I've had my chance to, my friends have had them and I've experimented with them as well. They're good, they're nice. I've just not personally tried them. I do think they're really nice though, because the only downfall with putting on a hijab pin is when you put on a hijab pin, you can still see the pin. So being able to see the pin is something that some people don't like at all. They don't want it to be seen. So for people like that, this is definitely like an option for you. For people who don't want to show their hijab pins, you can definitely try with it, because honestly it stays, it looks nice. It's really smart option for some people. For me, my hijab pin being seen doesn't affect me, like it doesn't bother me at all. So I just stick to the hijab pin. Again, it's something known for like 10 plus years. So now at this point, I'm just used to it. I'm comfortable with it. I don't feel the need to change it. But if I do ever feel the need to like not want to show my hijab pin, and I would definitely be opting up for this option, the double-sided tape one, because I feel like it's more cute, effortless, and it just works, it works. My pro tip to everyone who's just starting out their hijab journeys would be lightweight and flowy materials are your best friend. Honestly, you going out about your business, it's hot, it's sweaty, it's the summers right now. The last thing you need is heavyweight material or dark colors, because honestly, it literally is awful. It's awful. You don't want to be sweating out there. You don't want to be going through all those. It's hard as it is. So to make it easy on yourself, lightweight and flowy materials are going to be your best friend. So try reaching out for them more than any other things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope these are some tips that could help you guys out with your hijab journey. I'm praying that Allah makes it easy for you, because honestly, it is a journey. There are ups and downs every day. We're all on this path. So let's help each other out, honestly. It's something I love. I love my hijab. I love it being a part of me. And I hope you learn to fall in love with your hijab too. Don't be shy. Don't be hesitant. Live your life. Do whatever you want to do. Don't let it hold you back. It's not something that's supposed to ever hold you back. Hijab is a beautiful thing, and I want you guys to enjoy it. I want you guys to be able to fall in love with your hijab the way I fell in love with mine. If you guys need more tips and fashion advices and how to dress up and modest fashion, do let me know, because I love modest fashion so much. It's genuinely something I could go on and on about. Like, it's again a bunch of trial and error. You have to find your style. You have to find what you love. You have to find your own little personality when you try and dress up. Modesty does not have to be boring. Hijab doesn't have to be boring. You can still look beautiful and gorgeous and stunning and put on that hijab and cover up for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yeah, please do make sure to subscribe down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye.